Hello, I'm Alan Hill, and welcome to Australian Story. As a teacher at Toowoomba Grammar School, I've been able to watch many students develop from boys into young men. One student who I've had a lot to do with over the past 5 years is Tom Lyons. On tonight's episode, we will hear the inside story of this young man and speak exclusively with some of the people who know him best.
It all began one night in December 2004. It was summer holidays and I just got in from a day of work on our family farm. I was a bit uneasy as Dad had talked to me during the day and said he wanted to speak with me tonight. And I knew by the tone of his voice that my worst fears were about to be confirmed. I was going to be a grammar boy for the next 5 years of my life. I was bitterly disappointed and I was struggling to contain my emotions. But little did I know that this slight difficulty was to become my greatest opportunity. I'm Tom Lyons, and this is my story.
Tom was born on the 20th of September 1992. He was our fourth child and a delightful addition to our family. His arrival also coincided with some of the worst drought conditions our district has ever experienced. From a young age, Tom would work with his dad, sometimes leaving home at daylight, and he was never satisfied until they were walking through the back door together at dusk. As a young boy, Tom understood the hardship of living on the land and how difficult it can be watching crops die through lack of rain. I firmly believe this has instilled in Tom a determination and an attitude whereby you never give up.
I really enjoyed my rural childhood. I attended the local state school, Emu Creek. There was only a handful of students there, but they were all country kids like myself. When I wasn't at school, I was either helping Dad on the farm, fishing and yabbing with mates, or donning the green and gold jersey of the Wattles Warriors Rugby League Club. When the final whistle blew on what was a really enjoyable time at primary school, it came time for me to formulate a plan for the second half of my schooling life. I personally just really wanted to go to the local high school so that I could stay close to all the friends I've had since preschool, so I could continue to play footy for the mighty Warriors, and most importantly, stay close to the farm that I'd loved since I could remember.
We understood why Tom was so keen to stay close to all the things he loved and to go to the local high school, but we felt we owed it to him to provide him with the best possible education, and for this reason we looked at Toowoomba Grammar.
There was definitely a time when Mum, Dad and Tom had differing opinions in regards to what high school Tom should attend. At this point, Tom held a rather cynical view of TGS, but after some heavy persuasion from Mum and Dad, Tom was enrolled as a grammar boy for 2005.
I'll never forget my first day at TGS. Not only was I overwhelmed by the sheer size of the place, but also the fact that I only knew 2 out of the 800 or so students. I felt really out of place and I didn't really want to be there, having come from just such a humble country background. This feeling was made even worse when the deputy headmaster ripped into me about my hair being turned long. All I could think about was my mates from primary school and how easy their transition would have been going into the local high school.
After his first few days, we knew that Tom wasn't enjoying his time at school, and Mum and Dad were starting to worry that they'd made the wrong decision. But I knew deep down that after spending all of his life on the farm, Tom wouldn't be one to give up such a great opportunity after just a few rough days.
After the first few days of school, it became a lot easier for me. I began to meet boys from country backgrounds just like myself, who were no different to my primary school mates. I also signed up to play cricket and found sport a great way to build friendships and just feel a more significant part of the grammar community. Once I became accustomed to the way in which the school worked and learned what it stood for, I realised that TGS was an extremely special place and that Mum and Dad had made a big sacrifice to send me there. I also learned that grammar was the perfect school for me, one that I took great pride in that I'd try and make the most of every opportunity that it presented.
We noticed Tom became a lot happier and developed a love for school at TGS. He enjoyed coming home and working around the farm, but he was always keen to get back to be at school with his mates when the holidays were drawn to a close. Not only was Tom enjoying school, but he was changing the way he was approaching things. He became more open-minded, got involved in a broader range of activities that the school offered.
I guess before I knew it, TGS almost became my second home. I got pretty heavily involved in sport, so I always had training for either rugby, cricket, athletics or cross country. I began to participate in the school productions, so I had rehearsals for them. And I also took my schoolwork pretty seriously, so if I wasn't doing some form of co-curricular activity, I had my head in the books. Gone were the days when I could be at home on the farm all holidays or all weekends, be able to muck around without a worry in the world.
Tom has had a great 5 years at Toowoomba Grammar School, which is capped off by his appointment as school captain this year. Something Tom, myself or anyone in our family would never have dreamt of when Tom first began at Grammar. We're really proud of what Tom has achieved throughout his time at TGS and believe that things he has learned through his rural childhood, such as resilience and importance of hard work, have greatly assisted him in reaching his goals.
When I look back upon my time at TGS, it's been so different to what I expected it to be when I turned up on my first day. Initially, I had to overcome the difficulty of leaving the mates and the simple country lifestyle that I really cherished. But TGS has made me realise that within every difficulty there lies an opportunity. Because from 2005 to 2009, I've been presented with so many opportunities which have allowed me to play sport in one of the nation's strongest schoolwork competitions, be surrounded by extremely supportive and dedicated peers and staff, and most importantly, make many lifelong friendships. I won't be returning to the farm next year, as I hoped I would as a kid, but rather I'll be going to the University of Queensland to undertake a Bachelor of Law. No matter where I go though, or what I do, I will always try and uphold the values I learned as a kid through growing up on the farm, and cherish the opportunity I was given through attending Toowoomba Grammar School.
You raise me up.